Well, I haven't had a chance to review it other than the report I saw just a little bit before coming on that you covered. But I'm not surprised. There's going to be obviously photos released. There's going to be financial records, flights, manifest release. So we're going to obviously dig into the details here. As I've said from the very beginning, anyone who was involved in the crimes of Jeffrey Epstein, in furtherance of the sexual exploitation or abuse of minors and women, should be prosecuted. And if there is evidence that comes out through this release of anyone, whether they be in government or entertainment or the financial world, they should be prosecuted. And we will see what obviously this searchable database with hundreds of thousands of documents and and obviously more to come. Look, I think they obviously should comply fully with the law. I think given the volume of documents, I assume they have a lot of people working on redacting where appropriate within the law and going through each of these documents to make sure that they are released appropriately. I would venture once the grand jury transcripts were court-ordered released and they have to go through that added significant volume here in terms of having to go through the documents. So, look, I think they need to obviously comply expeditiously, and I do believe that's their intent. And, obviously, ideally it would have been done in full today, but given the volume, I'm not sure how realistic that really was within 30 days of the law being signed. Well, first, let me say Elise Stefanik has been a tremendous congresswoman. She certainly would have made a great governor. And, as a colleague, as a friend, I understand her decision. These are not easy decisions to make, especially with a young family. I have two young daughters. And that factored into, my considerations earlier this year. Obviously, I'm just seeing the news like everybody else within the last hour. So I'm going to take a little bit of time before I comment further as to what I may or may not do. But look, I think the focus, of course, for us in New York has to be on defeating Kathy Hochul. She's the single worst governor in the country and has been an abject disaster on the issues that matter to New Yorkers, from affordability to public safety, housing, energy, healthcare, et cetera. So we'll see what comes of this. But before I kind of wrap my head around it, I'm going to take a little bit of time.